Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee Guy Sports. We're getting this rolling with the NFL mock draft. I got Ben with me. Let's go jump on over to the simulator and we'll uh we'll get started.
Good to be back, man. It's been a while since I've been on a video with you.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm pumped. Excuse the ad for internet. Uh, I'm probably have to float our face cams around a little bit to make this work. I'm just going to go ahead and start this off. I think that the Bears are going to trade, and I want to go ahead and I'm going to propose a trade with the Bears and the Colts, and I'm going to see if you agree with this trade. Uh, their first this year. Colts will trade their first this year. Um, let's see here. Let's see. I'm gonna have to move our face cams. Uh, this year for the Bears. Let's see. Click here to close. Let's see. There we go. Okay. I was trying to figure out how to get to the trade. I propose this trade right here. First this year and first next year. What do you think?
I mean, I can. If I'm the Colts, I don't know if I give up a first next year. I might give up a third next year, but I don't know. The first overall pick, man, it's just always so like it's very hard to project a trade for it because this year, the top of the draft is a really good draft, but not for positions that are very um I guess it's prominent. I mean, edge rush is good, but like I just
You
I
don't
don't
think
know, man.
Bryce Young is worth it?
I'm not gonna say that, but I don't know, man. I don't think okay, I will say it. I don't think Bryce Young is worth trading up three spots.
All right. Well, we will not do that trade. Uh, the Bears are gonna stick. They're gonna stick at one. So if I'm the Bears at this spot, you can't miss by taking Will Anderson Jr. Uh, but I don't know if the Bears are necessarily need that edge rush, the outside linebacker edge rush.
And my gut, and this might just be me, being a noob, but my gut is telling me the Bears, if they do stick at one, either go Paris Johnson or Quentin Johnston, one of those two, to help out Justin Fields for the future.
I could see the offensive tackle. I can't see the wide receiver this early.
And that's
One
fair.
overall, it's been a lot. It's not. There's very few teams that value a wide receiver at number one overall
And yeah,
in NFL history.
right.
Uh, so I think if that happens, they're going to trade down for it.
And that's where the trade down comes in. If they did trade down to number four, I say take Quentin Johnston at four, and you're good to go. Um, but if they say at one, I'm saying Paris Johnson.
Okay, we're going to shake it up. We're going to go Paris Johnson Jr. at one. This is already a different mock draft than I
Oh
thought it
yeah,
was going to go. Like this is different. Now here the Texans absolutely have to go for a quarterback. They it they just have to. So Bryce Young, everybody's saying that the Texans, if Bryce Young gets to them, they're taking Bryce Young. You don't
yes, sir.
agree?
No sir. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. I
Uh
mean,
huh.
it's actually interesting. I've seen his name dropping in the draft, and they say he's not mobile enough. I think that game against Georgia, he shows he can run.
Exactly. I mean,
So,
Stroud shows he has it all. He has the
yeah,
size, he has the mobility, he has the arm strength, he has the QBIQ to be able to play the position at the NFL level. And I think Bryce Young has all of that, maybe minus the size. And I think that the size is what pushes CJ Stroud over the top.
okay. All right. Well, okay, so we're gonna have CJ Stroud heading south towards Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So now here with the though I do think it's interesting, I just will say this that the Texans hired a defensive-minded head coach.
Yes, they did.
That can affect the draft.
It
And
can.
to follow that up, the Cardinals uh went and signed the defensive coordinator from the Eagles. Uh, and I think now I could be wrong on this, but with JJ Watt gone, they want a dominator on the inside of that defensive line. So personally, I think Jalen Carter.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. It was either going to be Will Anderson or Jalen Carter for them, and I think they go. I think they go Jalen Carter.
Yeah, they need that interior defensive line. Now that we got to the Colts, this is interesting. I've watched probably about a dozen mock drafts since we did our last one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting to me that evaluators and some of these guys are pros like Daniel Jeremiah
Uh-huh.
and Dane Brugler from the Athletic. It's interesting to me how high they've rated Will Levis. He's an older QB, but for some whatever reason, they seem to think that his IQ, his football IQ, his athleticism, and all that make him a day one contributor quarterback, even though he's 24 years old and did not have a great year at Kentucky. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that the Colts are going to draft him. In
Uh,
fact, I would say that they probably are going to go Bryce Young since he's dropped to 4.
mm-hmm.
But I did find it interesting the number of drafts that have Will Levis going top 5 and sometimes over CJ Stroud.
Yeah, yeah.
It was interesting.
Been very surprising to me. I'm so shocked because Will Levis. I mean, I haven't seen enough out of him. I haven't seen him show that he belongs with that upper echelon with C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young, and I mean, shoot, I haven't seen enough from Anthony Richardson. The people
Mhm.
are hyping up this quarterback class like it's some kind of all time great, and I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, but I do think the Colts are going to take a quarterback here,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure what direction they're going to go with this one. I guess Bryce Young is still there.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
kind of have to go with Bryce Young if he's still there at 4.
right.
So I guess we'll give him Bryce Young.
Kind of hurts my heart as a Jags fan to see two stud quarterbacks get taken for in our division, but
Oh
okay.
yeah, absolutely. But if it makes you feel any better, I think Trevor Lawrence is better than both of them.
Oh yeah, Trevor's a
So
better.
he's Trevor is phenomenal.
Mhm.
Uh, going to the Seahawks, and it's crazy how this draft is shaken out. Earlier on, when I was doing a mock draft just by myself, and the way the mock draft was going, I had the Seahawks taking a quarterback at number 5 because I was like, they probably aren't going to be picking top 5 very often. The Seahawks, not to be a homer, but
Right.
Seahawks are very good at like maximizing their potential and getting and doing pretty well, but they it on sometimes it kind of messes up their draft position. But with Will Anderson here and the obvious need for edge rush in Seattle, I don't see how you pass on Will Anderson Jr.
Oh, absolutely. Pete
I,
Carroll wants Legion of Boom back. He wants the Legion of Boom. He wants to build that defense back up to where it was 2014, 2013 era Seattle Seahawks.
I, yeah, absolutely. That
Uh,
he's a defensive coach, man.
oh, absolutely. And he wants his defense to be his the thing that takes Seattle over the top.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
Number 6, man, we got the Detroit Lions, and personally, I feel like the Lions' biggest need right now, they have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They have, I don't know if DJ Chark is still there. I think he's a free agent now, but I think their
mhm.
biggest need is wide receiver.
Hmm.
I've they have good talent everywhere else, but I can see them picking Quentin Johnston. They have a history of picking some pretty big, strong wide receivers, mainly Calvin.
Yeah.
So that's who I got them picking, Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, well, I had them going to the other side of the ball and either going defensive line or
Mhm.
cornerback. I think one or two of their cornerbacks are actually free agents.
Oh yeah,
So, we'll go with what you said. That was my initial thought was defensive side of the ball, but I do hear what you're saying. Give give old
Jared
Jared
Goff.
Jared Goofball, give Goofball another weapon.
Right?
Uh Quentin Johnston, big, uh very close to another Johnson, Johnston.
Yeah, yeah,
They have a history with those kind of guys.
absolutely.
So yeah, Quentin Johnston. Now to the Raiders. They just lost Derek Carr, but there's rumors that they've got a vet that they're already working on getting a vet in there. I don't know who it will be, but this is a spot I could see them going after quarterback and a developmental quarterback at that. What are your thoughts on Anthony Richardson there in Vegas as a developmental quarterback?
I can see that. Um, and I feel like it, the rumor has it that the Raiders are going hard after Aaron Rodgers to get back with Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers, he can only defy father time for so long. And you are right, they need a developmental quarterback. And I am stuck between Will Levis and Anthony Richardson in this situation. But I think I'm going to agree with you. AR-15, I think he's going to be a good take a back seat for just a couple of years and watch Aaron Rodgers, learn from Aaron Rodgers, and I guess AR-15 is going to be the pick.
Aaron Rodgers, Anthony Richardson, same initials.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, on to the Falcons.
Oh yeah, what don't they need?
Oh, they need everything, man.
They need
Uh,
everything.
do you think best player available here?
Um, man,
Because if I think highest, I think best player or highest floor now, Miles Murphy or Christian Gonzalez on defensive side. If I think highest ceiling, I think Tyree Wilson is an absolute freak.
yeah, yeah. I think no one. I think the Falcons need to go best available. I
Okay.
think Miles Murphy will be is a solid choice for them. Now, granted, they need everything.
Yeah.
They think they have the QB of the future with Desmond Ritter, and so they're not going to pick Will Levis.
No.
Their defensive side of the ball needs help beyond belief, and I think Miles Murphy they want to pick the most polished and best available player.
Okay. Well, we'll go with Miles Murphy's here. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and just say that I do believe that the Panthers are gonna get Will Levis. If
Yeah.
he drops, they're getting him because there's just so many ties between Tepper, the owner of the Panthers, and Will Levis.
Mm-hmm.
I firmly believe that that's where that's going.
Yep.
Okay, on to the Eagles. Now, I've heard rumors they're losing one or two players from their secondary, and they got a little bit diced by the Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, who doesn't though?
I mean, yeah, but I think I'd go ahead and just say I think Christian Gonzalez
Yep.
out of for that secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Now on to the Titans, and I think you and I are on the same page on this, and you won't like this too much. Derrick Henry's a beast. They need to they need to be they need to uh improve that run game. So I would say Broderick Jones for that. Uh
Yeah.
he's a monster.
Mm-hmm. The
So
offensive line needs help. They need a quarterback. Tannehill is not going to get them hard. I mean, he's not going to take them over the hump. And I agree with you. I think they need offensive tackle help.
yeah. And they can pick up a quarterback down the board if they need to. Okay. Texans, second pick. Uh,
They're gonna get somebody to help out their new shiny quarterback, Jordan Addison.
Absolutely. I was just about to say they need give him a weapon. Give him a weapon.
Give him
Uh,
some.
yeah. Now the Jets. They have a defensive minded head coach and
No quarterback.
no quarterback, but is there a quarterback worth taking right here?
No, there's
No,
not one.
there's not a quarterback worth taking right here. I think they're gonna I think they're going to their defensive line is pretty good. I could see them picking up a cornerback, and I'm just staring at Joey Porter Jr.
This is one spot, and can you scroll up just a little bit?
Oops.
This is one spot where I can see them trying to trade up with the Carolina Panthers, and because the Jets have the capital, they have a much better than uh win now roster than the Panthers do. And I think the Panthers want to stockpile a few more picks. So I have the Jets trading up and getting Will Levis as their
Hmm.
quarterback.
Interesting. Well, it is listed as their top need right
Yep.
here. Um, but since we've already passed up the
No, yeah.
yeah, we
You can.
should. What do you think?
Uh,
Cornerback?
I'm thinking going edge rusher, Tyree Wilson.
Okay. I could see that they do have a couple guys there, a couple beasts on that defensive line, but
Oh, yeah, you can never
they
have too many defensive linemen, man.
oh no. Oh no. Okay, ooh, what are they gonna do with New England?
Or they're taking a running back. They're taking Bijan. They're
That
taking a running
that
back.
would yeah, I mean that would be interesting, but yeah, let's do it. Packers. Shoo.
Oh,
What all do the Packers need?
a lot. Uh,
Do you think they kind of uh what's the polite way to say it? They kind of wink at Aaron Rodgers and draft a wide receiver as soon as he leaves?
oh, that sting a little bit. I still think they're gonna help out the defensive side of the ball, man. I think they're gonna go. I want to say they'll go Joey Porter.
I like the pick. I do. They already have who's that absolute monster they have there?
Oh
Cornerback.
man,
I somebody's yelling at us in the comments or
right,
on
right,
Twitter right now. Anyways, they have that absolute monster cornerback there that but he's only one side of the ball.
yeah, yep. You gotta shore up that secondary, man. That defense
Yeah.
needs to have some kind of oomph to them.
Yeah. Now, I don't know too much about the Commanders.
Come on now,
Uh
come on now. Don't get us
sorry.
can.
Yeah. According to this, it says cornerback is their top need, and that kind of fits because Devin Witherspoon is right here, and
Oh yeah,
he's a monster.
he's very good, very very.
He's the reason why Illinois even got any kind of news, really, I'd say. So,
He's very good.
okay, now Steelers. What
All
is
right.
it? You and I disagreed on this one before, and I think you may have had the right angle on it. Let's see, where's the Steelers on here? Oh, there they are. Wide receiver is listed as their number one need. Huh.
Personally,
An offensive line is listed too.
yeah, I have them. I have the Steelers going Peter Skoronsky.
I like that pick.
They need the offensive line help, and I think he can be really helpful in shoring up that line and protecting Kenny Pickett for years to come. Uh,
Right.
just I just think Kenny Pickett he's going to need some time, and he showed some flashes last year, and so I think Skoronsky is going to be the pick for them.
Right. Well, now that we're on to the Lions again, I think come back to what I said earlier about the Lions needing some losing some cornerbacks. I just checked their team needs, and cornerback is listed as their top need. So what do you think? Cornerback here?
They're going to go Georgia boy Kelly Ringo.
Oh, the guy that gets more defensive pass interference calls than anybody else in college
He
football.
fits perfect in Detroit, man. Perfect in Detroit.
Yeah, he'll be holding on. He'll be holding on to Justin Jefferson the entire way down the field.
Oh man.
Okay. What are the so the Bucks now? Tom Brady's gone.
Bucks need to shore up a lot of different things, and their run
Yeah,
here was garbage. I think Brian Brees should be their pick if he makes it this far. I think that dude's an animal. Everybody jokes about ACC not having defense, but that man single handedly was the Clemson defensive line last year.
yeah.
So
Well, he had some health problems, so
yeah,
I could see him dropping a little bit. But I do agree with you. Put him there in uh Tampa Bay. Though I will say, as far as the run defense goes, they do have a monster on the inside named Vita Vea,
yeah, he's good.
who, when he's healthy, is ridiculous.
You just got to, like we said earlier, man, you can never have too much defensive line help in depth.
Right.
That's just something you can never have too much of.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Uh, the Seahawks, I'm not scared for their cornerbacks. I'm not scared for their defensive line, a little worrying. I think Trenton Simpson fits in here.
Yeah.
He's a versatile linebacker. Um, I think he's a great fit here at linebacker.
Like
Just
you said earlier,
checking
man.
checking their team needs. It says edge and offensive guard, but I don't think their offensive guard is as bad as they say it is. And their wide receivers, I mean, they've got Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and like three pretty good tight ends. I don't think
Yeah.
it's as bad uh as this mock draft simulator makes it out to be. So I think Trenton Simpson there.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Like we said earlier, man, Pete Carroll just wants defensive players. That's
Right,
all. He thrives on a good defense.
right. Now, Chargers, man, Justin Herbert is so good. He's so good. I know that
Yeah.
you guys beat him, but just I don't think that was Justin Herbert's fault that they lost. I think their coach just chokes in the big game.
You're absolutely right. I think that it had a lot to do with the coaching,
Right.
rather than Justin Herbert, but they could still use another good weapon or two. I think they're who's their tight end?
Um, did Hunter Henry leave?
I think so.
I maybe their tight end used to be.
It used to be Antonio Gates for about 1,700 years, and
I
then
I, I want to say it's the guy that was with the Rams for
yeah,
quite a while, but I forgot his name. Hmm. Well,
I don't
yeah,
remember.
I don't really remember the name of their tight end, which maybe isn't a good sign.
Right. So, with that being said, I don't want to sound ignorant here, but if I have to, I I say that the Chargers take Michael Meyer from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Just to give Justin Herbert an extra weapon, man. You have Eckler, you have Allen, you have Palmer, you have if you add in Michael Meyer, I mean that's just solid offense, man.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Um, Now on the Ravens, let's assume they get Lamar Jackson back. Let's assume they get Lamar Jackson back. Tell me what you think of this. Jahmyr Gibbs.
I mean, I don't think running back is their issue. Their wide receiver room is what was really screwed up last year, man. Like
Yeah, but is there a wide receiver on the board right now at this spot that you would take? I don't even think Jackson Smith and Jigma is. I don't. I'll catch some hate from Ohio State fans, but I don't think he's a first rounder. I think he's only there because of the lack of depth in this wide receiver class.
that's fair, but also think of it like this: if he's still there, is he going to be there the next time you pick? and with wide receiver being your biggest issue, um, there J.K. Dobbins and they have another running back in Baltimore that's really good. I
Justice
can't
Hill.
Justice Hill, J.K. Dobbins. They have a good running back room. I don't. That's my only thing is I don't think they need that.
Hmm.
I think Jackson Smith and Jigma, regardless of if you don't think he's maybe a first rounder, I think they still pick him just because he might not be there the next time you pick.
Right. Okay. Let's get Jackson Smith and Jigba in Baltimore. Okay, now on to the Vikings. I think it has to be a defensive player.
Yeah.
Um, and I think they could go two different places. Brian Branch is a good player, but he's not really an over the top safety, which is what I think they need.
Yeah.
So, and you're probably going to hate this because I think you want this guy on your Jags. What do you think of Cam Smith?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Cam Smith is a good pick for them, and I'll talk about the Jags in a minute whenever we get there. But I think Cam Smith is a solid pick for the Vikings.
Okay. Okay. Jags. Now, do you do cornerback and get Clark Phillips? He's very, very good.
See, I'm torn right now because Darius Williams played inside for quite a bit of the year this year. Okay. And then as soon as they moved him outside, he turned into a very good starting caliber cornerback in the NFL.
Right.
Not saying top 10, not saying top 15. I'm just saying a solid starting cornerback. Tyson Campbell has been a good quarterback. Dude is arguably on the Pro Bowl caliber.
Right.
I think if the Jags really want to go all in on helping Trevor, I think Jalen Hyatt is
Really? Give him
is
some speed, huh?
yes, give him some speed because Jamal Agnew's still there. You're gonna have Travis Etienne that's still there. You're gonna have Calvin Ridley coming back. You're gonna have that offense is gonna be nasty, and they're gonna probably
Right.
want to improve that offense even more.
Right. Hmm. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Now, the Giants, it says they need to improve at cornerback, which fits because Clark Phillips is right there. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
yeah. Let's go, Clark Phillips, man. I think that's a solid pick.
Okay. Cowboys. On to the Cowboys.
Is head coach an option? Owner an option?
Is a better fan base an option?
Yeah, no, facts.
Okay. Here, what's his name? Their old boy, the running back. I think he's gone.
Yeah,
Um, not
Zeke,
Zeke, the other one,
Tony Pollard.
Tony
Yeah,
Pollard. I think
Tony
Tony,
Pollard is payday.
yeah, Tony Pollard is gone. I think you have to replace him because I don't think Zeke is all that. I think Jahmyr Gibbs
Yeah,
gives Dak somebody to throw to out of the backfield.
you cannot rely on Zeke at his age and how much mileage he has on his body. You can't rely on him.
Yeah. Yeah,
For,
and you cannot keep having CeeDee Lamb as your only reliable wide receiver. I don't think Michael Gallup is that reliable. I'm sorry. I just saw too many drops.
yeah,
Um, okay, so moving on to Buffalo, and I don't think they would have minded having a running back available because I don't feel like anybody was very reliable in there. Like you can talk about what's his name? What's his name? The Dalvin Cook's brother. James, was it James
James Cook.
Cook?
James Cook.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't think he's near as good as Dalvin, and I think they would have liked to have upgraded that room, but they're not being able to now. Uh,
I mean,
what do
who
you
do they
think?
take? They got an embarrassment of riches, man. Like they got safety, and if Brian Branch is there, then I mean,
I
take
think
Brian Branch.
I think Jordan Poyer is a free agent.
Yeah.
So I could see Brian Branch going there.
I mean, it's if he's there, if he falls that far. But I
Yeah,
mean, it's a big if.
yeah. Okay, on to the Bengals. You can't. I don't think offense unless you're going to do offensive line, which I could see Osiris Torrance.
Yes, I
Yeah,
think the Bengals' offensive line has improved so much over the past couple of years, but I
yeah,
still need that extra push behind them, and I think Osiris Torrance is a good player for them.
yeah. Now the Saints. Um, let's see. Who was this? Whose pick was this? Was this the Niners?
Yes, it was the Niners.
The 40 Winers, as I
What
call them.
do
Um,
Saints need, man? Besides quarterback, wide receiver, running back, offensive line, defensive line, quarterback, safety, linebacker.
they need everything. Like they need everything. There's not a quarterback worth taking right here, and so I
No.
think they might be in the hunt for one of those those Caleb Williams or what's the old boy out of UNC? Um,
Oh, oh crap! Why can't I think of his name?
he's a monster.
He won me quite a few bets this year too. Oh crap! I can't think of his name now.
Anyways, the quarterback out of North Carolina that's just
Yeah,
big time.
not
Uh,
Sam Howell. That was last year or 2 years ago.
he's gonna be a top five pick for
Yeah,
sure. Uh, you got to just what do you think? Off defensive line,
yeah. Defensive line. I mean, Isaiah Foskey or Lucas Van Ness. I mean, regard whichever one.
Lucas
Honestly,
Van Ness is an absolute monster
yeah,
who does not get near enough buzz.
exactly.
Uh,
Underrated, I think.
yeah, so I'd say Lucas Van Ness right here.
Drake May.
Drake May, that's it.
Drake
Drake
May.
May, absolute monster.
Very good.
Okay, now here we go. Here's where we got to figure something out. The Eagles already have a lot,
Yeah, yeah, they do.
and I don't know. Ooh, what do you think?
They're going depth.
Do you
Let's
think Tim might go
see,
off offensive tackle?
let's
Lane
see what
Johnson?
his needs are, if you don't mind. Let's see what he.
Yeah. Let's see. Eagles right here. Cornerback, edge, safety. Ooh, edge. They have Isaiah Foskey at the top of the
Yeah.
board.
Isaiah Foskey. I mean that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Okay. And now we're down at the Chiefs. Our Super Bowl winners, much to my uh unhappiness. Not that I'm an Eagles fan. I just didn't want the Chiefs win again. Offensive tackle. And I have a theory here. They have like three Oklahoma offensive linemen on that offensive line.
Let's make it a fourth.
Yeah, Anton Harrison. Let's
Yep.
go.
Let's
Let's
make it a fourth.
that entire offensive line is about to be a just an yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah. Hey, we can bet money on our mock draft. That's kind of cool, man. I didn't know.
Hey, I don't know about that. I'm not a I don't win a lot on when I'm betting. So
Hey, you can't win if you don't place it. All right.
as our old buddy Mark says, scared money don't make money.
Exactly. So
Anyways,
I just heads up, keep an eye out. We're going to be breaking this bad boy, this Bowman draft, tomorrow night at 8 p.m.
yep.
And then we're going to be breaking a case of Top Series 1 on Friday night. And then my new break will go live on Wednesday for claims in case anybody is interested in the card game. Y'all check it out. And I appreciate you having me on, Justin. It was a good time, man.
Absolutely. I'll link his Twitter and the Union Breakers Twitter in the description. Go check him out. Find all your baseball cards, and who knows? Maybe sometime in the future after the draft, we'll see about breaking some NFL content
Oh, yeah.
and maybe get some of these draft picks, get them in your hands, and
We
you
can
guys
see how
mix.
we can see how we did after the draft, man.
Oh yeah, and we might come back and rate. We might come back and like rewatch this video and rate and see how good we did. Uh, Who knows? Who
Who
knows?
knows, man? Who
Stuff
knows?
coming in the future, and MLB content's going to be coming soon. We've got the spring training that's starting this weekend.
Yep.
So we'll and the World Baseball Classic is coming up here real quick. We'll be diving into some baseball content here soon. I'm excited for this new year in sports. Yeah, let's get it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Alrighty, everyone. Have a good one, and we'll come back to with some more content here soon. Signing off.
See y'all.